I really don't know how to describe this or how to do this. If you're receiving this video or you're watching this video, you more than likely received the letter I sent to you, either through email or through hard copy. And when you read it, it's going to sound as if a bunch of gab-litty goop. I assume no one believes anything I'm going to say, but it had to be said. I am constantly harassed and have been harassed my entire adult life by the Department of Defense as the Navy SEALs without warrant. And this happened throughout my entire Navy career, and it was 6 years I was in, and then all the time I've been out, which has been over 15 years. Everything some January 6th on my public-facing Facebook page at facebook.com/MorpheusMirror, and a YouTube channel I'm going to share that's going to be in the link in the letter, is true as through observation, objective observation. So if I've seen something, okay, I'll document it, and then I'll sit there and see, does this pattern repeat, and such. And usually I burn the agents. Like the one I'm dealing with right now, he actually even told me, yeah, he's been dislocating my back. He didn't realize it. And so, and this all turns into, when you look at it, it's connects to Trump, connects to the Democrats, connects to Epstein, King Charles, the Vori, which is the Russian mafia, which is connected to Israel through the Kushners. Well, actually, just because Israel, because it's Jared Kushner is part of this very unusual Ashkenazi conservative part of Judaism. They're all working to tear down America. Then you have the Saudis with Neom and the line. Hold on a second. All right, you have the Saudis with the line, and Neom, and Africa and China looking to go all the way down into Australia. And we're doing all of these things to ourselves. We have done a horrible thing to ourselves. And the part that the Democrats and the politicians are fighting tooth and nail is they don't want the public to believe on January 6th by not upholding, by the way precedent has been described and taught to me by lawyers works. PhD jurist. And the spectacle of how the system was set up. And it's really obvious when you walk around the Washington Mall. When Trump's agents, which he admitted to when he pardoned them, that they were his agents, stepped foot on the floor of the Congress, he said he was above Congress. And Congress not throttling Trump or the office of the president in general, Trump in particular. We do not have, by legal precedent, a constitution, because we did not uphold our power. Our politicians gave away our power, especially the Republicans with this weird unitary executive theory, which is just another way of saying king, backed by the Catholic Pope. Because, as if you notice, it wasn't a coincidence the evangelicals use the Catholics to stock the Supreme Court. Because you understand that Catholics, especially so-called devout Catholics, are unitary to the Pope. They're part of the Pope, which is odd because it's the same thing as the cluster B personality, that we're not individuals, we're not individual souls, we're part of that, and we don't have individuality. We're not supposed to, you know. Oh, and that's that whole thing, the mediation between God and individual. And that was the great thing of the Protestantism, that an individual is an individual soul and there needs not be a mediator. And if we look at the idea of standing waves, blah, 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 that goes off into little esoterica and ontological thinking, not new agey stuff, just actual ontological thinking and thinking about what is consciousness and standing waves and stuff. That's what and that I understand can be a little bit off in the wackadoodle world, but in objective reality, I'm being harassed by our government for political purposes, and basically just asking, even if I can't get help, because every time I try to get a lawyer, they threaten the lawyer's life. So I can't blame a lawyer for being afraid of going against the Navy SEALs and the Department of Defense, because they would need a TSSCI clearance. And I guarantee you most of the data has been deeply buried, because and most Americans don't want to believe our political parties are using our military and treating us as terrorists, probably using the Patriot Act, which is more than likely highly unconstitutional if it was known how they're using it. So anyways, once again, my name is Everton Jackson, better known as Reggie. So I don't think I said that at the very beginning. Thank you if you've gotten to this point. Thank you for listening. And you're probably going to need a staff to get through that 27 pages of what probably seems like a crazy story, but it is all objectively true. And that's what makes it painful. The truth is crazier than fiction. Thank you much for your time. And the parts you don't like or agree with or think a little out wackadoodle, throw them out. But do look at the parts that make sense to you. And if it makes sense, spread it to 3 people. Tell them, like, hey, this is what's going on. What do you think of this crazy stuff? That's all I can ask, hope for at this point in time. I don't think I will survive this at least another 6 months. I have let you know I have no wants or reasons to kill myself. I do not have any type of ideation, never have. And the reason they do that, because also you'll see in the report where the SEALs use subliminal messaging tied to a pain point, so the mind-body disconnects, which is a disassociation, and then they use subliminal messaging to try to override the id self as it's communicating with the ego self. So anyways, it's been long enough. Take care.